Alright folks, I figured I'd show you what I'm working on today. Building a scraper for my neighbor, the hog farmer. The scraper is going to be built so he can pull manure out from underneath trailer houses. He has trailer houses that he farrows his sows out in, and of course in the bottom of the farrowing crate has grates in it that all the manure and feed and urine and everything falls through underneath the trailer house. So he'll use this scraper for pulling the manure and everything out from underneath his trailer houses that the pigs are in. So what I'm doing, that's a quick attach plate for a skid loader. This beam here is 3x3 square tubing. I'm going to mount this piece of angle underneath the bottom of it as the scraper. Got some steel here for support and everything, and so that's what we're building today. So I got this top square tubing partly welded to that skid loader plate. So I'll probably set you guys up here and let you watch a little bit of this and go along for the ride. So I put a 3-pass weld on the top. Right now I just have 1 pass going down the sides. I'm going to flip this over so I can weld the bottom, and then we'll weld the bottom. I'll probably put a 2nd and a 3rd pass on each side just because he's going to be pulling on it. So we'll put a little extra weld on it and get it all cleaned up. So I'm going to pause you guys. I'm going to get this flipped over and then we'll get back to welding. Alright guys, I got it flipped over. We'll get that welded. And then I got his scraper centered down here and squared up. I left it overhang here a little bit so I can put a weld on this backside once I flip it back over. It's a little rusty, but a lot of this material came from a local steel dealer here where a lot of this stuff is used, and you can buy it for like 25-30 cents a pound. It's pretty cheap, so a little bit of rust to deal with, but we'll get her. So alright, well, let's do a little more, laying some beads here. Alright, there we go. There's 3 passes on the top, or the bottom, I guess. So now, we'll move down and get this blade on. Get him tacked on there, and then we're going to use some of this flat bar here. We're going to go from here. We're going to weld it on the top part here, and then we'll go down an angle out to the end. And then we're going to put some pieces in there to keep it level, or hold it so it doesn't bow apart. I don't know, this is about 18 feet long, 16 feet long. I guess I haven't measured it, but it's got to reach a long ways, and boy, when you're tipping down with the skid loader trying to put down pressure on this end, there's going to be a lot of pressure in that center there. So let me get the welder and everything moved, and then we'll get this side welded up. to get some pieces measured, cut, and put in there. Kind of keep that even all the way down. guys. Hopefully that keeps it from bending. Put a couple more of those in going down. I'll get a few more of them measured and cut and be back with you guys in a few minutes. Alright guys, we got those welded in there. I'll have to flip it to weld the other side up there, but there guys, I got these other straps welded on there. Got a little bit of welding left right down here, but my thermal override on the welder kicked out, so I'll let the welder cool down for a few minutes. And he wants some angles like that welded on the back as well, so we'll have to get those on there. Then we'll get it flipped over, finish all the welds, and then he should be ready to clean the poop out of his pig barn. Alright, so I got it flipped over. Had to use the cherry picker, engine hoist, whatever you prefer to call it. A little heavy and awkward for one guy to flip by himself, but I got these put on. I'll do a little more welding on there. Hopefully it'll work for him. He designed it, I'm just building it. So I'm gonna get all this stuff welded up. Yeah, coming along. old guy, she overheated again. Not too impressed with his new welder. So now, once it kicks back in, I gotta finish a little bit at the end there. And then I've gotta finish that one, and everything else I believe is welded up. Except for on the back side there, and in there. I'm probably gonna weld those, clean this top up a little bit. So now I sit here and twiddle my thumbs till the welder kicks back in. I just bought this welder. I had a 187 for about 6 years. And you could weld for quite a while, and then I would start doing this. Getting hot and kick out, cool down for 5 minutes, and you could weld for another 5-10 minutes, and I'd kick out for 5-10 minutes. But I'm thinking that I'm going to end up going down and buying the next bigger one, the 210, which is the Iron, what's it called, the Iron Man or Iron Handle or whatever. It's the unit that has its own wheels. We're going to have to go down and buy something like that, or I might go look at a Miller, something around the 250, something around that size. I do a lot of welding and keep monkeying around with these things kicking out when they get a little warm is ridiculous. So it's getting there. Alright guys, we're back again. The welder got over its hissy fit. Got him welded up. Would have looked better if I'd have got the mill scale off first, but he didn't want to pay any extra for cleaning the metal up first, so it is what it is. It should hold together. It's just going to back drag manure out of, like I say, out from underneath the trailer house. So, but there it is in all of its glory. Hopefully it works for him for a long time. Yeah, buddy. I'm gonna go play in his manure. So I've never been to this steel supplier where we went and picked up this material today. I guess all we picked up today was this piece of angle. These two pieces on this side. Everything else, the other flat bar, the square tubing, and the quick attach plate for the skid loader he had already. It's been sitting outside all winter long waiting for this. Anyway, so I went with him to this different steel distributor who buys out businesses when they're going out of business. He buys all their inventory. This guy has everything you can imagine there. I can't even start to list the stuff the guy has. Anyhow, so when we were there, this guy that I'm building this for was showing me around the place, and it's like a paradise for anybody who likes fabricating anything. So we're out looking around, and he has, I bet you, 200-300 propane tanks back there. He's got them cut in half. He's got the ends cut off of them, and then the main part of the tank is still there. He has all kinds of stuff. Well, I got to talking with the guy about them, and these propane tanks, he has some that are 500 gallons and some that are 1,000-gallon tanks. Well, I'm gonna get a couple of 1,000-gallon tanks from him, cut in half, and I'm gonna try and build some feed bunks out of them. These tanks have 5/16 wall steel on them, and the main part, and then the end caps, you know, where they're domed or whatever, those are all of a 1/4 inch, if not thicker. So I'm thinking I'm gonna pick up a couple of these from the guy, cut the dome off of an end of each one, butt them up to each other, weld them together, and then find some round pipe to put on the bottom, weld it up, and then I should make one heck of a feed bunk. Might make a couple of those next. Now that my cow herd's getting bigger, the bunk that I'm using is basically too small, and it's made out of wood. Well, wood doesn't last too long with beef cattle. They're pretty hard on stuff. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go down and pick a couple of these up and make a couple big heavy duty bunks. And I got to talking with some other people tonight, and they want to check them out when I'm done. They might have me build them a few. So it's always nice you come up with an idea for yourself, and then other people want you to build stuff and maybe make some couple dollars. So yeah, that's a little story about this place. We went and picked this steel up. Quite the place. Hydraulic cylinders, electrical stuff for cranes. I mean, he's even got tractor hoods that are brand new in crates. I don't know where he finds the stuff, but it's crazy. All kinds of stuff. Hardware, brand new steel, used steel. Like I say, this stuff here was on a used rack, 30 cents a pound. I mean, how do you go wrong? You can buy that plate right there, $100. I know other places that fabricate them and sell them. They're, you know, 150, 200, 250 bucks. So I might have found a new place to pick stuff up a little bit cheaper. I might get back and do a little bit more metal fab here. So, well, there you go, guys. There's a back blade for dragging pig manure out from underneath a trailer house. Yes, a trailer house. So, well, I hope you like this video. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. Critique my work. Whatever you gotta do. So, there you go. So, well, thank you for watching. Please stay tuned for more.